Ministries. I'm AZD, representing the light here. The book we're going to be using to answer all questions is the New Testament, okay? And the life of Jesus Christ. And I'm here to show you that he has all the answers every man and every woman ever asked about relationships. I'm living proof of it. I'm also here to show you that every man watching on the screen is a devil right now. And that every woman knows it and will find out. I'm going to show all the men up there that whatever you think you're being perceived as, it's not that. When you see how you're actually being looked at by women, you're going to have to reconsider everything you ever knew, and then find out why I, the person sitting here, has everything you want with women, and you will never have it unless you do what I say. That's why we're here. Okay? So, the best way this works is for everyone to be very honest, and it's better if there is such a word, it's encouraged. How's that? It's encouraged, literally in those words. It's encouraged that if you have a disagreement, an argument, or you think I'm wrong, or fabricating truth, or extending any sort of movement off the truth, it's encouraged that you tell me about it and show me what's up. Because we have a lot of eyes here, okay? And no one's on my team right now. Just one. All right. So, who do we have first? Let's get started.
Bruno.
2 hours. We're going until 12 o'clock time, okay?
Dr. Bruno.
Bruno, old friend, Arash Divazars. What's up?
Hello.
Hey, all is well here. How are you? Can we blow it up?
I'm doing
You're doing what?
I'm doing good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I've recently launched my business.
Mm.
Another one I just sat back in the previous one.
Mm-hmm.
With a partnership.
With the what?
So
With the what? You got cut out with the what?
With a partnership I had.
A partnership. Is this a woman?
No. It wasn't that.
Oh, okay, good. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I thought because you were having someone help you in the video, so I thought that was the partnership. That's why.
No, I had a partner. He had a business in marketing.
Yeah.
And
business partner,
he didn't know
right? A
enough
business
in
partner?
marketing, So
You had a business partner?
yes, a business partner.
I'm only letting you know that since you're here for the truth, right? Since you're actually being a woman in life and not a man, when you're saying partner, it's registering as you're gay for some people that don't know you. Did you know that?
No.
Okay, pause. Go full screen. I want you to see if this is true or false. Okay? Is there any woman online who thought possibly that Bruno was gay when he started? So far, if I stopped it right now to say that, is there any woman online? Unmute. Yo, got it. I didn't see somebody.
Yes.
Hold on, Christina.
Yes.
Did you think that was a gay man?
Yes, by using that word.
Okay. Wait, what? What'd you say?
By using the word partner.
Yeah, but did you get the impression?
That's it.
Did you get the impression he may be gay at some point?
No, because I wasn't visually looking at him, but.
So what are you saying then when I said, did any woman think that he might be gay? Why are you saying yes to that?
Because of, when you say partner, that's what a lot of lesbians and gays use.
Okay.
In today's world.
Right, but if AZD said, okay, so my partner and I are doing a business, would you think that I was gay? Christina.
Yeah.
If I said, if there's Arash Divazar,
yeah.
right, if Arash Divazar right now came and said, by the way, my partner and I are doing a new business and it's going to be, we're doing gender, whatever it is, don't matter. But I said these words, just like that. I expressed, by the way, I want everyone to know my partner and I, we're going to be doing another business, right? Would you think I'm gay, Christina?
It would not reflect that you are being masculine. So.
Would you think if I said that, you would think, wow, Arash is gay? Is that what you're saying? Don't think about it, Christina. Don't think about it, Christina. It's not a right answer.
Okay.
The answer should have been the next moment after I started speaking. Does everybody get that?
Yes.
Why are you thinking so much about this?
Well, because I know you, and if it was you using that term, I would automatically think it was a business partner.
The point
But if
I'm
it was some
making.
random-
The point I'm making. So just speak the fucking truth, woman. Just say it. Right? You wouldn't think, because you know me and I'm not coming across gay, am I?
Correct.
Is he coming across gay, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Is it because he used the word partner, or is it because he's coming across gay? Which one?
It's because he's coming across gay.
Thank you, Christina. Okay, a woman cannot answer a question. Now we're gonna try again. All right? Is there another woman who, without me saying a word, when he started speaking, you thought he's probably homosexual? Did any other woman think that? 1, 2, 3. Then unmute AZD Angel 3333. Unmute. Hannah.
Hi.
Hi. Have you been listening?
Yeah.
So I asked if any other woman thought he was gay. You didn't answer. So now go ahead and say and testify that you did not think that man was a homosexual. Go ahead and say that. And if you lie, it's your soul. I don't have nothing to do with you, devil. Speak the truth.
No, I'm doing my eyeliner. But his voice definitely indicated.
Not his voice, woman. Listen. Or don't come on this live again. Understand?
Yeah.
Speak the truth. Did you think this man?
I'm doing my eyeliner.
I don't give a fuck. Get offline then. Don't have the name AZD in front of you if eyeliner is more important than the truth. This is not for you. Understood?
Okay. Yeah.
Electra,
Yes,
testify that this man did not seem gay to you. Go ahead. And damn your soul if you lie.
it seemed very girly, but I didn't think homosexual.
What did you think?
I thought like very weak, very girly, very lost, but I didn't think man.
Okay, good. Ant, unmute.
Hello.
Go ahead and testify that you didn't think that man was a possible homosexual talking.
I thought he was very feminine.
Go ahead and say that you didn't think he was a homosexual.
The only-
Say, I did not think that may be a homosexual.
No, that's not true. I thought that. And the only reason why
You
I
thought, hold on, you
like-
thought what?
I thought that he could possibly be gay.
So why didn't you
And my mom
speak?
was like,
Why
I
didn't you
wouldn't-
speak?
Huh?
Why didn't you speak when I asked the woman to speak?
Oh, I didn't think you wanted us to communicate on here.
I want you to 100% communicate when I say a woman speak. You're a woman.
Okay.
Okay, so now those are the people, those are the women online. Ange. Ange, unmute. Ange, go ahead and put your hand on the Bible and go ahead and say that you did not think that man might be a homosexual.
I didn't. I thought possibly, but I didn't think about his sexuality straight away.
Possibly means that you had the idea that he may be a homosexual, correct?
Correct.
So why didn't you speak?
Possibly.
Yes, that's the question. The question is, did any woman think he may, which is equals possibly, he may be homosexual? Is the answer yes or no? Did you think that without me having to say that?
Yes.
Then
But I didn't
speak
think about
up
his
next.
sexuality completely.
No, speak up next time the question was asked. You didn't answer it, and that's why you women can never hold the light.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it sucks. Go ahead and mute. Now, back to Bruno. Bruno, we can now continue, but I want you to know you're coming across as a homosexual. So if you've ever at any point given any man any advice on how to be with a woman, it came from a homosexual vibe. We know you're not fucking people in the butt, okay? But for sure, women forget what men, I'm not even gonna ask men. They have to be here for me to ask them. Women think you're homosexual or very feminine and weak. Okay, now, go ahead. Now, knowing that, please continue about your new business you started, this new venture. Go ahead.
So I've been working for the past 12 years with the human mind, emotions, psychology, and I've had some great results. NLP, as you know.
I know NLP.
I've had
You got some great results, and what are some great results you've gotten?
person.
Nice.
Anxiety. I help people get over anxiety
Nice.
quickly. So usually 1 session and 2 sessions is enough for me for problems that have been lasting for years.
Nice.
And so yeah, since I've been doing that for some time, I have decided to start a business on that field. You know,
Yeah.
I've already started at 4 training people on how to use the mind, emotions.
Yes.
But then that business had that problem I told about before.
I
And
don't,
so
I don't
decided
recall
to
that, but
start
that's
my
okay.
own
There was,
business.
I don't recall that, just so you know. So that's fine. There was a problem, right? Which I don't know what it is. But there was a problem with that
Yeah.
business, okay?
No.
I don't know, just what you're
Yeah.
referring to. You said it as if I would know. I have no idea.
No, I meant it like I said a minute ago that I had this business going wrong.
Oh, we're
That
referring
was
to this
the line.
conversation. Oh, I see. Okay, huh? Yeah. And then what?
And started to launch this new business.
Uh-huh.
I've been thinking about it for a while, and I launched it about 2.5 weeks ago.
Okay. How's that
And-
going? How's that going?
Yeah. For the moment, I didn't have the results I was looking for.
Okay, so you had some
Then again-
expectation in 2 weeks what it would be like somehow? You had a prediction of it in 2 weeks?
Exactly that.
And it didn't reach that?
That's the.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I had a wish
Yes,
and a goal,
yes,
but
exactly.
not a real perspective, and so I'm adjusting to reality now.
I see. Cool. Cool. So, you know, I mean, it's good to see you. I know the business is going as you're saying, and you're trying to reach it. What's it like, as a man, to think that you're coming across as a woman? What's that like?
It's not good.
No, it's not, right? What's it like to have all that mental technology and mastery of it and not be able to fix that? How does one fix that using mental technology? If I came to you now as a man, I said, man, I'm just like, whatever I do, girls think I'm feminine, right? I have a question. Would you, if I hired you, or if I gave you a guy around here, I said, Bruno, he's a master of the mind, this and that, right? 12, everything, he's great. He's great at it. No one better than him, okay? He will help you become a man, or feel like a man, or don't be so fucking gay when you talk, okay? Would you have a route for him to do that?
I haven't thought about that up until now.
Yeah, so let's see, because right now it sounds like, and it looks like, that's a problem you're having right now. Because unless it's not a problem, like you could be like, yeah, whatever, fuck you guys. But you didn't come across like that. We saw how your feelings got hurt. We can tell how you're dimming. We know everybody can perceive, okay? When we're here, everybody perceives through the light. That's the whole point. And when one doesn't, we all see what we're here to see, okay? So what I'm saying is you help a lot of people. I know you're a good person. I know I can vouch for you as a friend, truly, prior to this life, right? Great man right there, for sure. Okay? Knowing all of that, and knowing that as a man, if you're being perceived by women as a woman, God's creation sees you as a woman, right? What I've experienced in a past life, that a man in that is suffering so deeply that whenever he makes money, he tries to somehow fix that. And whenever he does a business, he has that in the back of his mind, because a man who's suffering, because when he walks around as a woman, perceived as a woman, is suffering in hell as a man. Would you say that this is true as an experience for a man, or it's not that big of a deal for you, truly, your experience?
I think it's absolutely true for a man.
Yeah.
I think I've been there sometimes.
What about now?
I don't
What about
feel-
now? What are you now? Because
I
right
don't
now,
feel-
that's the perception of you. So have you worked some mental technology to be able to like block that truth that people are seeing? Have you created some sort of an illusional mental sphere so that when people actually see you as feminine, you have some sort of an idea or movement inside of either NLP hypnosis or anywhere, where you then, inside your subjective world, make wrong the actual observation of reality? Do you have a technique like that that can help one of my students feel better about not being masculine? Or do you have a technique that could actually bring masculinity to him? One of my students needs help. I'm booked right now, I can't do that, but you're one of my good friends and you're master of the mind. Would you be able to help him? In which direction? Can you at least give him some techniques where you could block this negativity you just felt when the woman said that? There was no defenses that you had for that. It surprised you, and that's why I did it, right? If you had known that you were going to come on and that was going to happen, your mind would have had a defense. So we're using the New Testament. He says, don't you let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. If you had known this was going to happen, you would have come here and your voice would have been different. God knows, you would have had a whole bunch of things, techniques, and maybe just quite possibly you would have fooled everybody here except the light, right? And let's say I never said anything about it and you went forward. Later, you're gonna have to put up that defense every time you're around a woman. Okay? If you knew that's how women are watching you. So at least, is there a technique that could block the truth from hitting that you know of mentally that you could share with us right now? A lot of people are watching and they don't want to face the truth, right? Because it's a lot to face the truth, to know that you're a man of this age who's being perceived as a female by women, as weak and all that, and that's hell, right? So we need ibuprofen sometimes, and we need to cast our arms sometimes. Do you have some sort of a thing that can hurt less for these people?
I think two things like regarding the first part of me being perceived like as a woman in this sense.
Today, right now, you are. That's all I can tell you. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, what?
I don't know how. Maybe you're just having an off moment, right? But when you started speaking, all the women saw you as either feminine or homosexual. Yeah.
This also, okay. Probably this can happen in other instances. I don't think it happens always because I teach a lot and
Yeah.
when I'm doing my thing,
Yeah.
I would say I'm in a masculine side.
I see.
Here, as a student, I completely go feminine and that's something I'm aware of. Like even my voice changes.
I see.
I feel different when
I
I'm,
see.
for example, in your presence.
Yeah.
Because I really am here to receive and not to give anything.
But
or to-
however, you and I both are in the presence of truth or lies. Arashdi Bazaar is not important, right? So in my presence, when you say, if I sit here with lies, that's not going to have that effect. You're in the presence of truth and other men who are watching and the world. We're putting it up for, look, we can all see, right? And so what you're saying right now, I just want you to hear what you're saying, is when you do your thing and you're on stage, you're masculine. But when you're wanting to learn, right, and expose yourself, you're a feminine. Now, when you're on stage, you're a masculine. Have you ever seen drag queens? Right? Have you ever gone to shows where women act like men on stage better than men or men act like women? That's what I'm hearing as a man when you say that in your own personal affairs, when you let go of the stage and you're not doing your thing, you're being you, right? You're soft and feminine because you're learning, or whatever you said, right? That's what I'm perceiving. But that when you do your work, you do it as a man. You live as a woman and work as a man? Is that what you're saying? Like the housewives do that too. Is that what you're saying? That's what I'm hearing.
No, it's
Okay,
not.
then clear it up for me, because that's what it sounds like when I hear a man say that.
Okay.
Yeah. So what is
What I'm
it?
saying is, when I'm in the learning context,
Yes.
in a learning context,
Yes.
I am feminine.
Oh, okay. And then your voice
and I
becomes
thought,
feminine and everything
please,
becomes
I-
feminine. Gestures,
Sorry, what?
your gestures, your grammar, everything becomes feminine as a student. Is that what you're saying? There's a whole internal shift of NLP of I'm now a receptive feminine student. Is that what you're saying?
The only thing that I think is like I'm receptive now,
Okay, got it.
and I don't know anything.
Okay, perfect.
That's what I think. What changes from that, I don't know. I'm not completely aware of.
Right. Okay. So I would like to know. I would like you to know something. I also sitting here know nothing. I don't have a script. I have a book that you and I can both look at and see if I'm quoting it right or referring to it. I have that right, and outside of that, I know nothing. Just so you know, and I'm here right now, submitted to the light. That's why I can face you and anybody else and know I'm gonna be all right. Right? I am fully submitted to the light as a man. You get it? I'm fully receptive to what comes in. I'm aware of the same thoughts you're aware of as thoughts are going and feelings. Those are not making any decisions here. Spontaneous flow of life, truth is making decisions here. Okay? I'm also a student. I am a sheep, and you wouldn't be able to say that. I am a sheep, and I'm being led by the shepherd. Right? I'm a student, and everybody here can vouch for that. Right? That's what this whole thing is. Why would I suddenly sit up every day for fucking hours and just sit for free and talk? It's a good marketing gimmick. That it is, but that's because the Father came up with it. So you can't beat this unless you're going to give more value than this. So I like to see somebody compete now with the Raj Bazaar in the field, where he gives so freely all the time without 1 ounce of thought about money. Besides, where are we going tonight? How much is it? Who needs help? Let's help. Let's move forward. Right? Now, I'm also a receptive student of Christ and God. I am submitted to it. I am under it. And I know nothing at all. Okay? I'm also in your situation. However, I don't think I came across feminine. In fact, probably more and more masculine as I was speaking. What do you think about that? I'm also a student. This is not a master talking to you. This is a student as a vessel sitting here so the master could speak through him. That's why he's going to defeat everybody. Right? That's my truth. And I'm here to display it. Right? What do you think about that? That I'm also a student like you, and I'm also receptive like you. But however, I come across more and more masculine, and you come across feminine. First, you would have to agree or disagree that I'm really a student, or I'm also putting on an act. And that's why these men have been living with me for a while. So if you doubt that, you talk to them. Okay? And they'll tell you this stays consistent in every environment. Then you could ask my girlfriends, I won't do it now, but one day I'll mute and I say, what's it like having sex with me? They'll say, it's just like when you're lecturing. Right? You know why? Because I'm just receptive. Right? I don't know anything. I'm going to do what's in front of me. That's what you want, right? This is what you've been seeking your whole life. Natural man. I'm going to do what's in front of me. I'm going to handle what's there. If I die, I die. If I live, right? And no one's going to be able to upset me or disrespect me, or I don't exist at all, actually. Now, you really exist. And the more that you exist, and the more effort you put into it, then we see what a woman you are. I'm also a student. So now, what do you think about, I'm also a student, I'm coming across this way. But when you are a student, you're coming across feminine. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that the first thing that came to my mind was that in this context, even though you're a student, you're the teacher.
That came to
So
your mind,
even though you're a
right?
student, something else, you're a teacher to me.
Right. So before that came to your mind, right before that came to your mind,
Yeah.
what do you think about what's happening? That I'm also a student in you. Before you repeat what was said to you, because that's a demon, right? Right before that, what were you feeling? Before those words came. When it was revealed to you that this is also a student and you got it, and before the
I
thoughts,
thought it's true.
you thought what?
It's true. That's what I thought. That's what I felt.
Exactly, right? And if that was true, because it was, because you felt it and the thoughts came in. If that was true, which you just said it is, what do you think about that?
It makes me, well, I feel like I can be in that way too.
You can. You can. But you're going the wrong way. Because you don't face the hell you're in. First, it has to become real to you, right? That you are actually, literally being evil. And you know it. And that's why you look so weak. See that? Suzanne just saw it when I said that. He was like, this was so bad.
Yeah,
This was
I
so
mean,
bad.
I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
Or
That's why
how.
people are weak.
I mean,
Wait, what? Because you can work out a lot and still be very weak up there. Stick around, you'll see them. You could be a lawyer, you could be a fighter, you could be a player, you could be a coach, you could be a black sorcerer. You could be fucking everybody. And you'll see how weak they are when they get in front of the truth. Because they haven't faced the truth that they're being evil. You're being evil. You're being manipulative as a man. That's why you sound like a woman, look like a woman. Your goal is not in your heart. It's what you keep in your heart. That's real, right? So in your heart, you lust after the woman's flesh more than anything else. And when you have her come to you and try to help her, it's actually Satan because you actually lust for her flesh. You want to control her completely. And if you had it your way, right, she would worship you, which would be the devil, actually. If you pointed her to God and she left you, make sure she doesn't look at that God. Because you want her to worship you. Now, all the movements you're doing are being justified because your soul must be, you're a man, right? So we come from the Father. I wouldn't say this to a woman. I would say the opposite to her. You as a man have the soul of the Father, so you have light in you. So you're going to do what Arash Divizar did, which is take all those techniques and use it for good. But once you use incorrect numbers, you can't use it for good. There's perfect numbers. That's God and truth. And when it shows up, everybody sees it. And if you use the wrong numbers to do these numbers, that's why they're called the wrong numbers. Those numbers never are these numbers. Let's say this has 379 and that's 8930, whatever. You could keep adding, subtracting over there, but at some point the combination of these numbers are different than those because some are odd, some are even. Think of even as the light or God. Think of odd as anything bad. Now to go into the even numbers is a straight and narrow path. That's the book, right? And Jesus is the way. What does that mean? Well, if you could for one day go through his life, right, and actually respond to life as he did, then you would know why he's the way. Then you would be the one talking like this to everybody else who thought they had the way, right? So you're going the wrong way, and that's why you're here to hear the ministry of it now, right? Because all the techniques that you know, you also know something about Arash Divizar. He was most likely at least as good as you at those techniques. And you know that, right? So those techniques lead to hell, right? And this heaven would be what? Peace, love. Okay, then you'd have to measure whether I have those things or not, even when I was correcting you. There's a difference between anger and that, right? This would not be available after that, if that was an emotional response to you. Now I say that to all the men who have women around you. She'll use that against you. But isn't that angry? If you question it, it was anger.
Yeah.
Don't question anything. But if you have plans, then you don't know if you should question it or not. But if you constantly are just moving through the day with just spontaneous action, right? Then that was a spontaneous action. Well, yeah, but you reacted out of righteousness. I've been righteous all day. This was part of that too. There's no need for me to question any of my movement in life. Because I know what's right. And right is not an action. Just like sin is not an action. It's a place and a road. Right? So you're a false prophet of masculinity. Right?
Prophet.
Well, I mean, you were prophesying. You're going out there healing the sick and ailing the wounds and getting rid of their anxieties, you said, right? Anxieties and depression. But you look also like you're carrying the spirit of anxiety and depression in you. Did you know that?
No.
You don't know that? Okay, pause. Go full screen. How about there's some men in this room sitting also, right? We're going to turn the cameras on them. And you guys, don't be girls about it, all right? The question is very simple, starting with Sultan. I perceive this. Did anybody not hear it? So I don't want to repeat it. I'll repeat it one more time, and that's it. Here's the question for everybody. I perceive, right, that there's the spirit of anxiety, which is like an emotion and thoughts of, and the spirit of depression, not just there, but it has a home there. I think they have at least somewhere in his body and mind. he wouldn't be able to kick them out because they'll be like, we still have another 6 months here. So he has to figure out how to live with those tenants. And I think that that's what I'm looking at. What do you think about that?
Yeah, 100% agree. All that is true, and I also see and I hear dread. That was the word that came to me.
Well, I tell you what, if those two we agree are present, then I'm going to show you how many faces they have. Okay, we just got to see that again outside of you as a mayor. Hey, man, if you really are into self-improvement and bettering yourself and evolving, this is better than any book you've ever read. This is it. This is what you've been looking for your whole life. So now face it. Jordan,
Yeah, it looks like sorrow. I see sorrow.
you see sorrow, the spirit of sorrow, right? Okay, Yogi,
desperation and defeated.
okay, Fernando,
I see anxious and deep sadness, sorrow, unfulfilled.
okay, and the man behind the camera, the good-looking boy. If you're looking for a stripper, hire him, ladies. Christina, look at that. Look at that, Christina. Yeah.
For sure, anxiety, sadness. That's not 99% true. It's 100% true.
From the outside, you're going to testify on the inside. I just want you to know once again that when you said the words, I helped them with anxiety and depression, everybody registered how. But you didn't know that. You didn't know that, right? So now, once again, now you're faced with an observation from the outside. They could all be devils and lying. This all could be coming from a very bad place. I designed this to destroy all of Arash Bizarre's competition and show all of his students that they were wrong for not studying the whole time with him. That could be a part of this interaction that I'm doing with the world. Very, very likely that could happen, okay? For sure. Or this could just be this exactly what's going on, and now you have that information, okay? What's it like knowing that to the outside, the guru who helps me with those things is living with the spirit of those things? So obvious that I would never have to ask you those things. Everyone already perceives those things as you speak. What do you think about that?
Well, it's something to change.
How are you going to do that though? What technique are you going to use? You're right. How are you going to do that now?
First of all, by recognizing that you see that
Do you see it?
from the outside.
Do you see it?
I don't feel it.
That's the problem. You
Right.
have to know hell is real. And from the outside, it looks like you're burning and suffering. But somehow, the devil has convinced you that you're doing okay. And you are a miserable, sad soul. And that's what happens when you worship the wrong God. You get as a miserable, sad soul with a lot of certificates. And the moment that the devil's children start talking, they start telling you about their accomplishments. Right? Have you heard that before, Anami?
Yeah, yesterday.
You see that? It's the language. The gift of the Holy Spirit to Rashdi Guzar is called the sacred syntax. It's a perfect language of truth. It's here to be tested. So far, it's like the third or fourth day. Eventually, it will be so many days you don't count it. I'm just letting you know it's the beginning of the experiment. Why? Because this barrel is going to get filled with demons. You have demons in you, right? That's why there's a New Testament. That's why I'm here. I'm here to show you, right, that no matter which direction you go, because you're going to go change it, but how? Because you're going to have to use all the techniques you know that got you there.
I don't, for a while now, I have dropped the techniques on myself. I have been just simply facing things.
So why are you doing that but teaching something else? If you drop the techniques in yourself and you're facing things, why are you not having others do that then? Which one is the right path to do?
That's what I'm doing.
Oh, you're telling them now what?
The first road that I take, before I used to do, before like.
Just what do you do now? Or just what do you do now?
Okay, what I do now
Yeah.
is I talk to you, I talk to people.
Hi, Bruno, I'm so glad you took, let's run it. And then everything I say to you, 100% can be reversed to the sky, just so you know. This is everything I dish out, can be dished right back, and you only hung up on. Unless you show a dick or something, then of course nobody wants you there, right? But you can go all day with this until 2 o'clock right now, or until it's time to end it. You'll know it and I know it, okay? So what I'm saying is If I ask you a question after you're done answering it, you're welcome to ask me the same question and I'll answer it also, okay?
Okay.
No question is one-sided when I say it. All right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you a question and then you can run me through the same scenario if you like, okay? I'm gonna come to you as a client.
Yeah.
How old should I be? What do you feel confident with? I'm gonna be a man right now. What's a good
Yeah,
age to help?
An adult,
22, 25, 30, 70?
yeah, it can be, yeah, anyone.
All right, I'll pick one, 25, okay? A 25-year-old man, right? And I'm gonna come to you and here we go. Man, I'm so glad you're talking to me because I have a lot of anxiety and I feel myself get depressed a lot, right? And I can't shake it. I've meditated, I've tried mushrooms, I've done all kinds of stuff and it's like, I know like, you know what you're doing. So, any suggestion, what do I do next?
What do you mean when you say anxiety?
I'm sorry, what?
What do you mean when you say anxiety?
I mean, like I get this feeling in my heart and my stomach that's like moving like this and I can't control it. And I start getting nervous and I start pacing. I start having thoughts about bad things happening. When I say anxiety,
Yeah.
I mean, when I try to go to sleep, thoughts come in, my heart starts racing. And then I can't sleep. And the thoughts become more and more and more and I can't sleep. If I'm taking a shower, if I'm driving, that feeling suddenly appears throughout the day for me. And it's just so much now, I don't know what to do. And sometimes when it's not there, I don't want to do anything because I'm depressed. I'm afraid that if I do something, so I just want to sleep, right? I just don't want nothing bad to happen. Sometimes I don't even want to wake up, to be honest with you. I haven't told anybody this before. So that's what I mean when I say anxiety. That's my experience of it, yeah.
And, okay, and do you have this like, for how long has this been going on?
At least a year. I've had it. To be honest with you, I mean, I'm not saying I would do it, but I'm saying that I've thought about, like just ending it and things. Like, just like why? You know what I mean?
And why?
What's
So
that?
why are you here?
What?
Why are you here? Why have you held on for so long?
I'm trying to let
Why
go.
not just
I'm trying to let go. I don't know how to let go of it. I don't want it, bro. I don't want it. I try not to think about it. I try to tell myself, don't think about it. I try to visualize things. I mean, I don't know. How do I let go of it? Do you have it?
Okay. Well,
Do you have
yes,
it?
I had it.
You have it or you had
I
it?
had it.
You had it or have
I
it?
had it.
Oh, how did you
I
get rid
had
of
it.
it? That's what I'm here. How do I get rid of this?
Exactly. So it doesn't have to be the same way for you and for me. Now the first thing
But I have to pause because something went off in me now. Ready? Are you joking when you say you had it? Because we're doing a role play? Because as of right now, everybody thinks you have it. So if you said to me as a client, I don't have it, I would hope you don't have it, but I actually wouldn't believe you. Because nobody would believe you right now. Right? So he would perceive you as everybody is, I'm telling you. So if I asked you, do you have it? And you said that, and I asked again like I did, and you said it again, my first impression before I talk to me the way you do, and say, well, he's an expert, he must have at least give him a try, all that. My first knowing impression is what everybody knows about you, that you're not free of what you're about to free me of. You need to know that as a client, I just perceived that. And I went over it because I'm hopeless. I did not believe you, just so you know. If he believed you, he lied. Or he didn't want to get better, he's there for another reason. Okay? If he wants to save his soul, he would be looking for the freedom in you. That's why women don't want to be around you. Because you're more nervous than they are. That's the thing. You around women are more nervous than they are around you. All right? You have to do a lot of unnatural activities to make sure that she behaves in a very particular straight line, because if she moves left or right, you're going to panic. And we all know that, right? Because I'm speaking from experience of what our divas are. Okay? So now we can move the storyline forward, but all of us have now, if I'm wrong, someone unmute at any point and say, I disagree with you, AZD. Otherwise, I assume we're going forward. Okay? So that's on their honor level. And when it's all over, you could be like, well, they didn't unmute. That's on you. Okay? So now we're at the point in the client where you offered that. He asked you twice. He doesn't believe you, but he's going to go forward in the conversation. Okay? So now tell me. Okay, so how did you get rid of it? I want you to be right, by the way. As a client, I want you to be right. I don't want you to be wrong. I really want help right now. So how did you do it? How did you get rid of it? Because I'm here for that.
Okay. But do you want to know how I got rid of it, or how you can get rid of it?
I just want to be rid of it. I'll do whatever you say, bro. Like literally, I'll do whatever you say. So you tell me.
Okay. All right. So you said that you even thought about not going forward, moving forward. Like you thought about ending
Yes.
it. Yeah. Why haven't you done so?
I'm scared. I don't know if it's the right answer. Do you think I should?
I don't think you should. I'm just wanting to know.
Well,
why
because the
you
same
haven't.
reason you thought I should
Because
is
you
probably
know-
why I thought I should, because it doesn't seem right. But if you think it's right, is that right? Should I do that? Because I don't know. Sometimes I think it's right, then I think it's wrong. But when you ask me, I'm like, wait. Because is it right or wrong? Like, is it wrong for me to do that? Or is that an option?
If it wasn't an option,
It is?
we would be talking about it.
Okay,
right?
so it's
The
an
problem
option. Okay,
is this.
okay.
I don't think it's the right option.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't think it's the right.
That's what I wanted to know. So it's not the right option. So,
But I want to know why you thought so far. Because you were scared of doing it.
Yeah.
And usually on the other side of scared, there's desire. You want something. And you've told me you want to get rid
yeah,
of this.
I want women to like me.
Yeah.
I'm invisible. I watch porn.
Okay.
Yeah, I masturbate like 3-4 times a day. I watch weird porn sites that people don't know about. I'm telling you, I hope you don't tell anybody. I you know, when I was one day, okay, you want me to be honest? I'll be honest with you. One day I was doing something and there was some girl's underwear laying around, I grabbed it and I sniffed it. And then another time there was like a bra, if a girl like leaves something behind, I try to take it, you know, and I masturbate later on it. So these are like all the thoughts I have.
Okay. So the anxiety you were telling me about is about this. It's usually connected to
This
this.
is just one, yeah, but that's one of them. I mean, like, I have it everywhere. Here's a better question. Where don't I have anxiety? Even anxiety right now talking to you about it. I live with anxiety
You don't seem
and fear.
anxious.
And what?
You don't seem anxious right now.
Okay.
How do you know this is anxiety? If you haven't
Okay, you're
know
right.
this, how
So
do you
let
know
me,
this
I
is
know,
anxiety?
okay, hold on. Let's pretend like I was sitting anxious now, okay? So I can really act it out if you like. You want to go like to the theater with this thing? All right, okay? Like, okay, well,
No,
right, no, this is a client, so they're anxious, they're fucked up, bro. So if you said that, okay, let's say you said that, and I'm gonna take it. I don't seem anxious?
no.
Whoa.
I
So it's just, I don't seem anxious or nervous or anything?
How do you know you're anxious?
I
Right now.
feel it,
How do you know it?
I feel it.
Yeah. And right now, you feel it where? What's happening?
In my heart, in my stomach, it goes up and down.
Okay. All right. Up and down.
Okay, pause. How long, pause. Is that, so we're gonna go, can you kind of fast forward us to somewhere we're gonna end this session? You don't have to heal in one session. I just wanna know, where would we end up? What would be the ending of this, after you got the information you needed?
So first of all, people assume that they have anxiety. It's something they have and not something they do, and that's wrong from the beginning, because it's not something that just happens to you. It's not like a fungus that you get in the pool.
Something you do.
It's something you do.
Okay.
It's something you do.
Everybody's
You're
different.
involved with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that is connected to how you deal with your emotions, with your thoughts.
Right.
And if you do something different
Yeah.
in reaction to those things,
Yeah.
that can change.
Yeah.
And so that's the first awareness that I'm going to have you have, or at
Okay.
least I'm going to guide you in that direction.
Makes sense.
If I think, okay,
It gives me hope.
sir.
I'm still that person. It gives me hope for sure. I hope, yeah, it makes sense. I never thought about that. I now have something to think
So-
about. Thank you. Go ahead.
Second thing I want you to know, or that I would guide in this session, would be if you have
Look at my
right
face.
now extreme anxiety, or at least some kind of anxiety that you're, are you there?
I know what you're seeing. There you go.
Okay, so if you have some kind of anxiety right now, one thing that I would also probably do is help you reduce it right now in front of me, so you understand you're part of the process.
Okay.
So to help you with the first recognition.
Now we're talking.
And
Let's do it.
And for that, I would use some technique.
Just do it right now.
Or at least help you understand, what?
Go ahead, run
You
me
wanna
through the
do it
technique.
now?
Because there's people online that can learn. All those girls have
Alright.
anxiety. Yeah, for sure. So let's do a technique. This is great.
Right.
You guys find Bruno after this.
So-
Put your website. Okay? Go ahead. Here we go. Take me through it.
Okay, so if you now felt anxiety,
I do.
if you now felt anxious, All right. You said it was somewhere in your belly and it comes
Heart,
to your
heart and stomach. I can create it
Heart
as
and
an
stomach.
emotion. Yeah, it's right here.
All right.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
goes.
Okay.
All right.
I'm feeling it.
Okay. If you had to say it, the movement goes it goes up and down,
It
correct?
goes like this. From my stomach to my heart, back to my stomach, up and down fast.
All right. But there's something interesting about emotions and about sensations in general.
Uh-huh.
If I placed my hand on your shoulder and I left it there,
Okay.
after a while you stop feeling it
Right.
because the nerves habituate.
Right.
And so the thing is, with your emotions and with your feelings,
Yeah.
what happens right now is that if you're feeling it going up and down, that's the way that you can feel it because it's moving.
Mm-hmm.
It's happening. It's going
Yes.
from one place to another. That's why you can keep feeling it.
Yes,
You
you're right.
can
I
create-
feel it moving up and down. There it is.
Right. And so the thing is, for it to go back to the start, just imagine that it's going up and down, but
Uh-huh.
it needs to, when it goes up, it needs to go down again. So if you had to say it, in which direction does it go? So for example, it goes up, and then to go back down, does it circulate through the front or through the back? If it had to circulate something.
Front.
Front, like this.
Yes.
So it's like turn.
If I had to say, it would be the front. Yes.
All right. So what I want you to do now is to close your eyes,
Okay.
breathe in and out, and I want you to connect with that feeling that you're feeling.
Yes.
That's right. You keep feeling.
I am.
Now I'm going to ask you to visualize something. I'm
Okay.
going to ask you to visualize that circulating,
Aha.
that energy circulating. That's right.
I like to report something that's happening to a person who's experiencing this. They're going in a trance.
Yeah.
This person is going in a trance right now. This student of yours, I know trance because I'm Arash Bizarre, right? Hypnosis. Look that up. Look, you're putting this person in a trance right now. Do you know that or not? Do you know you're
Yes.
do you know you're hypnotizing them or not?
Yes. yes,
Okay,
of course.
you know it. Everybody else needs to know it.
Yeah.
The person is losing consciousness here. And they're giving control to something else. We don't know what it is yet. But I can perceive those words, the sound, the movement, is making the person lose awareness. And everybody can perceive? Okay, so now you know you're doing that. Let's continue. Good, I'm there. I'm with you.
I know I'm doing that, but I would like to ask something.
Yeah.
What do you associate with hypnosis to losing awareness? Because I don't equate those things, and I don't think there's this.
In order for hypnosis to work, the subject here has to give up control to some other person, which is the hypnotist. Hypnotist's words become the subject's reality more than the subject's reality. So it's taking over one's will. It's hypnosis.
Yeah, I'm suggesting something, and you're following me because you choose.
But it's not hypnosis until your will overcomes mine. That's
Okay.
what hypnosis. You agree or disagree? That your words have to be more real to me than my own words.
Asked that way, I would say, my words. I want you to repeat this. It's something that I'm guiding you to do. At any point, you can say no.
Right, but
As
that's
long as you say
the
it,
question of
then you keep
losing. The
moving
question
forward.
of losing consciousness, right there, is
Yeah.
where it's important. I'm losing awareness to be able to resist the word as it goes forward. Your reality is becoming mine. Thus, I said the subject is losing awareness. Because yes, you're going to get my agreement as I'm losing awareness, which is what men do to women with alcohol. Correct or false? Right now, the women's minds got blown online. Right? Do you get that? I am experiencing, I reported before all this, at the moment I felt what was happening, just so everybody knows, subject is losing conscious awareness of self is happening. Would you agree that's happening or no? Or am I becoming more conscious of myself? Or am I becoming more conscious of your words and your reality on those words? Are you not forcing me to see reality through your words as I'm losing consciousness?
I wouldn't say you're losing consciousness.
Okay, so how would you say I'm gaining consciousness as you're speaking? I'm becoming more and more aware of what?
I think you're becoming more aware of an internal process.
And you're suggesting something, right? So what's the definition of suggestion when it's not accepted from a hypnotist? Did the suggestion work or not?
Of course not.
So then a suggestion for a hypnotist doesn't count until it's a command, correct? As long as a suggestion
Yeah, yeah,
and not accepted, as long as I got your suggestion, I'll consider.
yes,
The hypnotist has failed.
yeah,
I suggest that your feet get stuck to the ground. The guy walks,
Yeah.
and he goes, I hypnotized him. He said, no, you didn't. Why? Well, I suggested it, but he didn't do it. So is a suggestion by hypnotist a suggestion or a command for him to be a hypnotist?
it has to be accepted, the suggestion has to be accepted.
If it's not accepted, has the hypnotist
Yeah.
accomplished his suggestion?
The thing is, anything we say, in order to have a dialogue, in order for us to interact, we need to accept a certain part of the reality I'm projecting with my words. So, I mean, in this case, I'm
Accept
saying
in what
that
way?
you-
I can accept that that's your reality, but I don't need to
Yeah.
accept that that's true. I do accept everything you've said as your reality so far. I have not accepted one word of yours as true so far. Neither has anybody else. The man on the screen known as Bruno, you have not registered as truthful once. You've registered as dodging everything. Do you know that or not?
No.
Okay, go back to the screen. All right, we're gonna first start with the ladies because I know that in your heart, the lust of the woman is what you're worshiping. So I'm gonna start with them because that's gonna be most painful to the ego. Okay? So now, ladies, if you've been paying attention, I'm calling on you. Unmute and go. Okay? All right, Christina. What do you think about what I just said?
I'm sorry, I wasn't really
Okay,
paying
thank you,
attention to
thank
the
you.
whole
Hannah,
dialogue.
what do you think about what I just said?
Wait, are you still asking me for my opinion?
What did you say right now? She said sorry, what? When I heard
I
sorry,
said I
I
wasn't
didn't...
paying. I'm sorry, I said I wasn't paying attention to the dialogue, so I feel like I shouldn't say anything.
That's why I moved on. Hannah, what do you say about what I just said?
Well, there's a moment there where I definitely was shocked when you had said what you said.
Which is
And
what?
then
Which is what?
the commu-
I said which is what? What did I say?
You said that the subject was dropping in consciousness
Uh-huh.
and that the response was that one person was aware of that and the subject wasn't.
Yeah?
And that was really surprising to me. Like, I didn't understand why that wasn't said kind of beforehand or.
And when you sense
Right.
that, what shivered through your little soul spine in that moment? Does that make sense what I said?
Well,
Huh?
yeah, it's evil.
There you go.
That's evil.
There you go. Bruno, for one moment, one of my girlfriends, so fine, bro, if you want lust, you should just come sit here and I'll show you Hannah's Instagram. Boy, you will go crazy. She saw you as evil for a second. Just keep that in mind, okay? Christina wasn't paying attention, right? Because if she paid attention, she would realize that she's worshiping the same God right now as you are. And Electra, what do you think about what just happened?
I had to get off for a moment
Okay.
to call my grandma.
I got it. That's fine. They're working. I know when they're working. I know when they're not paying attention. There's a difference. Okay. And what do you think?
I think that everything you said was true.
I'm thinking. What do you think? Give your words, not mine.
I can relate to a lot of what Hannah said, and I do remember when he was talking, there was a moment where I thought that, like, it was very confusing and I didn't want to listen to it anymore.
Why?
Like,
What would you find?
Because it was wrong.
What?
It was wrong. I felt like it was wrong.
In what way was it wrong, though?
Yeah, like it was evil, you know, like it
You
was.
can't say that lightly. You
uh,
can't say that lightly. You just said child molester, kidnapper, killer, serial killer. When you said evil, that's what that word means. So use it either correctly or don't use the word. That's why I asked Hannah what shivered through her little soul spine, right? Now, if it was evil, it would be that. If it wasn't that, don't call it evil. So,
It was that.
Oh, wait a second. So now, how do you describe that feeling? Go.
just gross and disgusting.
There we go. Now we're talking. Ange, what do you think about what I just said? Ange is not a girlfriend of mine, but she's hot too. Boy, you would love her. She has an accent. Ange, are you there? 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. We have Gabrielle that just joined. That's another woman. Didn't I say it? Okay, so now Bruno. This sucks. They could be lying. They're my girlfriends. I could have paid them to say, come online and do this shit. There's always that possibility that I could be worshiping the same God you are. Right? Because you've been worshiping the wrong God. So you're always going to have an excuse for what's actually happening so clearly to everybody else. You're taken over by evil spirits. That's why you're suffering, right? It's obvious you wouldn't be able to help this man through anything. It's obvious that in order for you to do that, you'd have to impose your will, but your will shows you're suffering, right? So you're only going to get people that are going to come to you that are so weak that would never want help anyways. Anybody who wants help won't go to you. So then you're going to have to come up with marketing gimmicks and things like that and go study people like Arash Dibazar to take something from him and somebody else from something from them because you don't know what truth is. You don't even know how to get yourself out of that shithole you're in. This is what, these women, we do know they're very hot. Even if they're actresses, okay? They're very hot. In fact, in a lustful world, so far, Bruno has not been able to achieve any sort of affection from the 3 women that went up to speak about it. They're out of Bruno's league, right? And Bruno's league is going to be a woman. I can't even go further. It's not going to, you don't have a league. There's no league Bruno plays in. You're being a woman. Man, Bruno. You have to go away with this today. You have to face your hell. Hell is for the evil people, for the liars and deceivers. Okay? You're a false prophet. Because you're going around trying to help people with an ailment that you're suffering the most from. You're no different than any other bitch out there. But I have a lot of love for you, and I don't mean it from a bad place, okay? So, but you know, this body's done. Now it's your turn to say anything you want. Cuss me out, or thank you, or I'll work on it, you know, all the basics.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes, that's good.
Which means, what would be, like, what road have you found out of it?
Right. It's called the New Testament, exactly as it is laid out in the Bible. And I have not veered off that code once, right? And it's here to save man's soul. So your soul is suffering, right? Good. So the light is revealed, it's called the Holy Spirit, to Arash Dibazar, this, and is here to show it. So the route is that way, it's a straight and narrow path, and if you want to get on it, then whoever contacted you, that's their job. They're ministers, not salespeople. This is a ministry, right? We could have had a really bullshit conversation. You guys see where it could have gone, right? That would have sucked. That would have been the devil's getting online doing podcasts, talking about women and self-help and spirituality and all that. Man, when the light is here, you'll know the moment the devil shows up. You're an agent of evil right now. That's why you're suffering. You sold your soul to the devil. You worship lies and deceit, and you're trying to master the game of the devil, and you can't. And that Arash Dibazar was the greatest chess player with the devil. That's why you liked him. Straight up. That was a man who knows how to play chess, right? So that game, at the very end, you're still at the table with the devil. You're working for him. So you're going to suffer to the end. Now, inner peace is possible, as it says in the Testament. Kingdom of heaven is possible. Here I am, right? Both of us hopefully spoke our truth today. One of us is going to be left with the same kingdom of heaven that he came with. And the other one is going to leave with the same hell he's left with. But this time, hell is not fire. Hell looks like Las Vegas. That's why we're here. It's temptation. If it was fire, you'd run from it. The people coming to you, you know why they're in hell? They're trying to get rid of the fire and keep the temptation. The fire is the temptation. It's passion. Right? Passionate lovemaking, passionate about your work, passionate about your singing, about your dancing. I'm really passionate about my purpose. Passion is for God. Okay? All else, you got lied to. And that's why you're not a man. Because the definition of a man has been given at a time on earth when they are saying there isn't. I have it, that definition. It's here to be challenged. Okay? Definition of a man is very simple. I won't give it to you. I'm going to keep demonstrating it for you. This is the definition of a man. Now you go define it. But you know it when you see it. He'll put himself in the same fire you're in, but he won't get burned. And that's what a woman is attracted to. If she seeks something positive in life. Otherwise, she's using you. Dang. All right, brother. Hope to see you soon. Talk to whoever it was, man. Stay online if you like. We'll be on till 2. We'll be back later. 12. Oh, it's 12. Okay, 12. All right, next.
Rudy.
Rudy. Man.
How's it going, AZD?
Hey. What's up?
It's been a while. It's been a minute. It's been like forever since I talked to you. I think since I talked to you, I think I've been in high school.
What are you
That
now?
was like 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
I'm about to turn 21.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was 17 the last time I talked to you. It was about a girl. Last time I ever talked to you. It was crazy. It was funny. Super crazy. You were right about it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
What's up?
yeah. Before I get into it, I just want to know. I wanted to know what kind of like setting we're in. If I'm allowed to talk about certain things, like. You know,
I would, if I was
like-
online, I should say that. Just don't incriminate yourself. Everyone's watching. Don't come confessing you did some shit that you don't want to be, responsible. Say whatever else you want to say. Say. I don't care. Ask me anything you want. Ask me about my dick size, pussy tasting, money, which devils I worship and don't. Like, there's nothing that you can't ask me, but you can say whatever you want, and I'll tell you the truth with anything you ask. I promise you. Go ahead.
Okay. I guess I can go with the first question. I mean, I wouldn't want to bring up anything like private that I've been told or anything like that. But the first question was, ever since I've started, I never thought it would ever like be, something that they would bring up to me and tell me, hey, like you can't talk to AZD or anything like that. You know what I mean? I watched a bunch of videos. I know you talked about some things on The Alchemist. I know you talked about some things like old videos. I have old videos, right? And then old boot camps, you were talking about, certain things about Scientology, and I was like, okay, I had to go take a look at it myself, you know what I mean? I was 18 the first time I walked in, nervous as shit, nervous as hell. I was like, damn, like,
Women.
I'm nervous talking to you about it right now.
Yeah, women are nervous, men aren't, but that's why you're here. But go ahead. I don't get nervous anymore, yeah.
So, like, what do you think I should expect from there? You know what I mean? Cause
From Scientology? From Scientology?
Yeah, because there has been some things where you said that you were using the ethics.
Let me just give my statement on Scientology that I would give anywhere. Scientology works, 100%.
Yeah.
Okay. The technology of Scientology works 100%. That I can tell you for sure. I can also tell you L. Ron Hubbard was a great man. I can guarantee those two things for sure. Okay, from my experience. I can also guarantee you that we're in hell on earth, right? And Scientology has enough technology, enough power to handle the majority of the planets of the earth, the majority of the problems of the earth. Their technology is extremely powerful, right? So the fact that they have all that technology for so many years, and Earth is still going to shit, then I can just tell you that is an inconsistency with how and who I know L. Ron Hubbard to be, how and who I know the technology to be. Now, the numbers are wrong. Somewhere in here, something goes off. But I will testify to L. Ron Hubbard 100%. I will testify to Scientology 100%. And that's it. But when you see what people are carrying in themselves, including you, that you're walking with evil all day, then you understand that a gun in a man's hand, a son of God, would never ever be drawn, ever be drawn in anger, or jealousy, or status, or gain. This gun will probably never ever be drawn. When it's drawn, he won't be thinking about it. It'll be a moment that if it wasn't drawn, that bear would have eaten everybody. He'll face that bear, he won't think about it, he'll see the bear rushing at him, and he won't move. everybody runs. At some point, either the bear stops dead in his tracks, which can happen, or the bear will die. You see that? That's a righteous man. He doesn't think. Now, Scientology, I just told you what I know 100% to be true. The people are people of earth running it. Now, your job, it's not a job. What will be revealed to you being here is why it's so difficult to just live today 24 hours a day. Because you're surrounded by people doing evil things and justifying it. Right? So that's Scientology. Whatever question you had, that's the only answer I can give on it. You get it? Because that would be the only pure truth I know about that right now. Yeah.
That's true.
Okay.
That's
It
true.
is true.
So
It is
you
true.
kind of just like answered that. Like I thought it would be a long conversation, but you just answered that thing like right away.
Anytime
And that's kinda all I
anytime
needed.
it's a long explanation, it's not the truth.
Yeah.
Right? That's the devil trying to explain the truth. When someone tries to explain the
Yeah.
truth, they don't know the truth. Right?
It's good.
You know that. But everything I know, you know, because you're also the son of the Father. Say, Father, I'm here to testify for that. Right? I'm here to testify to you that what Jesus Christ says in the New Testament is 100% true to save your soul. Now, this man, Arash Dibazar, that you know 3 years, had to save the soul from the woman. That's what I'm here to do with you and every man you know, including your dad and grandpa and any other man around you anywhere right now. I can show you he's not a man, he's a woman. I'm here to prove that. So grab the people that told you not to watch me and give them an opportunity to come online and embarrass me in front of everybody. And give them these 2 promises. I promise not to cuss at them. I promise not to even yell at them.
Yeah.
Now, if they really think there's something wrong with me, this would be a perfect time to prove to you. Or they can shut their mouths after this. And anytime they have a disagreement with me, I'll be live the next day for a couple of hours. They'll be first in line to talk for as long as they want.
Yeah.
Say anything they want. Okay? Offer them that challenge. Because I'm here to challenge the lies. Okay? Don't be nice to them. They're evil. Why would someone keep why would someone keep you from this peace you feel right now? Look at what you feel right now. You have 1,000 questions. You have no more questions about Scientology. Is there any other subject that one clear answer to a real man would understand? You didn't even argue with it. So I know you have the light. Somebody else would say, somebody else would have a question, just so you know. So that means right now you're in the light. You saw the truth and you literally said, ha, that was it. That's a testifying to truth.
It made so much sense what you said. I was like, oh shoot, like that made sense. You know what I mean? Like just the math wasn't adding up when you were trying to figure out some things and
That's called sacred syntax. That's a gift. The math wasn't adding up, or the order, which is math. Math has to be orderly done. Otherwise, where's the number, right? The math. You're right. The math is not adding up. Mm-hmm. And when it doesn't, 100%, you have your hands on lies. The math always adds up. Always adds up. Always. Because it's a perfect creation of God. So you have to know there's a God. To acknowledge that, you'd have to go, what the hell is happening? Then there must be evil. Right?
Yeah.
If there's a creator with such perfection, then what the fuck is going on? Thus the story of evil. Right? Now you worship a woman. Eve ate the apple, gave it to Adam. Adam took the apple versus listening to his father. Now you have a man who's listening to his father and telling you he wants you to listen to him too, because we're brothers. Now Jesus is not a God when you see it. He's your older brother. He's your dad's favorite son. And a real son doesn't worry about that. He just tries to be like his older brother because he sees he's got the favor of the Father. So Jesus comes and shows the favor of the Father over everything. Now, the Holy Spirit, I'm not Jesus. He said when he left, there's the Holy Spirit in all of you and it will know the truth. And there it is, right? Okay, good. So at the time of apocalypse, which means revelation, it's now being revealed through politics, Donald Trump, through AZD here, through Ryan Garcia unboxing, through keep watching as one man.
I understand. It's been a whole like it's this thing where I think like shoot we're almost there. Like I've been watching I think you used to listen to them. I think it was the Gaia app or some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or I was listening to that and I would see like okay like there was supposed to be a bunch of things happening and it didn't happen. So they kind of delayed on it and it was I don't know it was just this whole thing and then hearing Scientology and then hearing about it's just crazy. I've been trying to I've been aware of all these things, but for me, it's confusing. You know what I mean? I don't know what's going on. You know,
The devil is
something a year
confusing.
where-
The devil is confusion and doubt. So that's how you know
Yeah.
you're looking in the wrong place, because when you see the truth, it's clear. Right? Let's use the opportunity for you to ask another question, because you'll get the answer right now. Ask about anything again, any woman, whatever. What's something that was a confusion in you in the past, and watch how clear it is right now. Ask anything, bro, about women, or relationships, or anything, men. That important subject that everyone lusts over. Ask about that, so they can hear the truth.
Dang.
Is there no questions?
I don't know. I do have a question.
Okay.
Actually. So I'm kind of falling into this, into the acceptance of, I guess you could say, like, monogamy, like being with one woman for some reason. And just because of the fact that I see everybody, you know, there's people that I respect, like, you know, people that are successful in business, and I've always said, like, if I could give up, you know, talking to women to be a successful man and just focus 100% on just making money day and night, 100 hours, 120 hours a week, and just have one woman on the side, I'd rather do that.
Okay,
Like,
cool.
what
Let me ask you a
about
question
that?
about that. I want to ask you a question about that, because something it doesn't register properly, right? So let's say you do that,
Yeah.
and then you make all that money, right? Now,
Yeah.
what do you? So now you made a lot of money, you had a woman. What happens next when you make all that money and you have that woman? Where does your desire go after that? You now have a woman you've been with, right? You have a child, whatever, and you make all the money in the world. Do you think, genuine question, you would have the peace and serenity and the fearlessness, everything you hope for? Is that what you're going for? What does the money represent if you have all that money? What are you gonna buy with
To be
it?
honest with you, I could to be able to buy anything, you know what I mean? And even then, I thought about it too. I'm like, okay, so if I get all that money, what's the point of it? You know
Exactly. What is it?
But I feel like I'm only saying that because I just want to live a life, you know, an abundant life. You know what I mean?
Hold on.
Life.
Abundance in what?
I guess you say in money. You know what I mean? Because most of my problems nowadays is money.
Right? Is that true?
True in
Is most of your problems money, or is most of your problems your anxiety and doubt and confusion that you walk with? Let's say you had $1 million right now, but you felt exactly the way you feel inside, right? What would you do with that $1 million? Would you hire some kind of coach to get rid of that feeling inside you, or what? You still had anger and hatred and vengeance and jealousy, grief, sadness, depression, anxiety, unsure around women, didn't know if that was the right thing to tell your wife, did not handle her when she misbehaved. You had to tend to her emotions, right? All that would be present in a human life, because you just see the money. You're gonna be married.
Yeah.
She's gonna have problems. She's not gonna sit there while you work and make $1 million.